Now at 4, a mom and her 2 children killed. The deadly chain reaction car crash now under investigation in Boone County.
Plus, a WTHR exclusive, an unbelievable rare find inside a Muncie home that is now the envy of baseball fans everywhere. You gotta see it.
And after a sunny Friday, now we're starting to see the clouds filter in, a sign that showers are on the way. I'll let you know when they arrive and if we'll see any wintry precipitation. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence, and we have a lot to get to this Friday afternoon, including the search underway right now for a commercial airplane that disappeared in Alaska.
We're following the very latest on what investigators have learned as they try and figure out what happened there. But we begin with the investigation into an awful crash today in Boone County. It involved Ashley Morgan, a woman from Waterloo, Iowa, and 3 of her children, a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 8-year-old. Sadly, only the 8-year-old survived.
And autopsies are going to be conducted Monday. So the crash happened this morning on I-74 near Jamestown. Our Anna Chalker joins us with what has happened.
We've had to stay pretty far away from this crash just due to how large the scene is, but behind me, several police, fire and ambulance and tow trucks pulling up here on I-74 here in Boone County as they investigate how a semi and 2 cars were involved in a crash that killed 3 people. Just after 6:30 Friday morning, the Boone County Sheriff's Department says a Kia Soul from Iowa was driving on I-74 eastbound near Jamestown when it rear-ended a semi. The impact caused the Kia to cross the median and hit a pickup truck in the westbound lanes head-on, then crash into a ditch. Authorities identified the driver of the Kia as 27-year-old Ashley Morgan of Iowa. She and 2 children inside that Kia were killed, and another child was injured and rushed to the hospital.
This is a very difficult situation to come to in the morning, especially this early in the morning.
The driver and passenger of the truck, as well as the semi-driver, were all taken to local hospitals. The crash causing this portion of 74 to be closed for hours.
Wasn't really expecting this is how most of us are going to start our day. However, we're trying our best to make sure the investigation goes smoothly. The exact cause of this crash is still under investigation, and as we get more information, we'll have that at WTHR.com. In Boone County, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
Thank you, Anna. And a man and woman are now recovering after being rescued from a house fire on Indy's near South Side. This happened around 2:30 this morning along East Garfield Drive, just north of Garfield Park. Crews tell us when they got to the scene, they found the man and woman on a rooftop. Both went to the hospital with minor injuries and are expected to be okay. The blaze resulted in $60,000 worth of damage. That cause is under investigation.
Search and rescue operations are underway today in Tennessee after a possible tornado overnight. At least 2 people are dead, 3 others hurt from that storm. This is in Deer Lodge, which is about 60 miles west of Knoxville. And as you can see here, there was substantial damage. It also took out power, phone, and internet access across a large area. NBC's Kathy Park has the latest for us this afternoon.
We have been tracking extreme weather all across the country, including right here in the south. We are now in Morgan County, Tennessee, roughly an hour outside of Knoxville, where a likely tornado touched down. You can see some of the damage behind me, large toppled trees, debris scattered everywhere, power lines also down. Yesterday, the day started pretty mildly in the 70s in some locations, but then it took a dramatic turn by nightfall. Extreme winds, heavy rain, and of course, a possible tornado. At one point, a local high school basketball game was briefly interrupted as tornado warnings were coming in. Players as well as spectators were told to shelter in place as the storms blew through. Officials say that right now there are 2 confirmed fatalities, a mother and a daughter. 3 people also injured. This is still very much an active scene. Crews are on the ground now beginning the cleanup, but also looking for survivors. Back to you.
And we're following weather closer to home this Friday afternoon. We've seen some peaks of sunshine throughout the day.
Yeah, much more this afternoon than this morning, Rob. Heading in the right direction?
Yeah, no, I think we're going to see those clouds continue to filter in, and we've actually got a chance for some wintry precipitation overnight. But it is just a chance, and it's just a small amount. You know, we've got some warmer air trying to nose its way to the north. I think we may see a little bit of that move into southern Indiana, but I think our temperatures are going to stay about where they are. Look at the larger map here. We talked about the severe weather you heard about earlier. Take a look. I mean, it's 72 in Dallas, 75 in Atlanta, but very quickly those temperatures drop off. This time of year, the South is really kind of in that severe weather pattern because so much of that warmer air is trying to nose its way to the north. Meanwhile, the colder air, winter is still in place here across the Midwest, and 37 for Indy is where we sit. Now, you do notice that some of the temperatures trying to warm up into the 40s farther to the south, but I think that's going to be about as far as we go. The temperatures will start to slip over the next several hours. The issue will be how quickly can they drop before those clouds continue to filter in, and we do expect more of these clouds to continue filtering in. We're already seeing that. Notice there's a little bit of moisture down to the south and west, but the key there is that it is just a little bit of moisture, because anything that does arrive tonight, if it does drop down to around or perhaps even below freezing, and we do get a little bit of rain or drizzle, we may have a brief window of opportunity here sometime late tonight through maybe 3 or 4 in the morning where the temperatures will be at or below freezing, and we may get just a little bit of precipitation in the form of some drizzle or maybe even some light rain. Ground temperatures have been pretty warm. We've been above freezing every single day this week. So I'm overall optimistic, but there could be some bridges and overpasses that when temperatures do drop very briefly to below freezing, we could have a little bit of mix in the morning. I think it's mainly going to be in the freezing drizzle variety, but then very quickly we'll warm up, we'll get above freezing. This will just be a chilly rain through much of the day. I'll walk you through this on Futurecast hour by hour coming up in just a moment. I want to talk traffic briefly and show you a couple of things. We do have one problem that's kind of popped up over the last half hour, and it's here on Interstate 69. Notice the red showing up here in a location that we don't often see it. This is northbound. This is going to be between Indiana 37 up to Old Indiana 238, I believe. This is near Fishers. You can see there was a vehicle fire on the right 2 lanes are blocked. This is northbound on Interstate 69. Keep in mind this is slowing traffic down for several miles, so it is that time of day as we head closer to the weekend. People are trying to get to their destination, but you do see that things are certainly slow going. Let's take you to one of our, what I like to call bellwether traffic cams. This is the one where we first start to see the backups as we get into the afternoon. Interstate 65, you're looking at southbound traffic that's slowing down at the 21st Street exit. Starting to see some slowdowns, but nothing necessarily out of the ordinary.
All right, thanks for the update, Rob. Hundreds of Indianapolis high school students are taking time today to save lives. This right here is the largest single-day school blood drive in Indiana. It's taking place at North Central High School. It's organized every year by the senior class, and it comes at a really critical time. There's been a nationwide blood shortage since the start of COVID. The Indiana Blood Center needs 550 units to be donated every day just to meet demand. We've heard over and over again about how critical donations are right now. The teacher who helped organize this year's drive says she remembers helping organize it as a student more than 10 years ago. She says it's inspiring to see so many students and teachers step up year after year.
I love the little moments I get to connect with them when I see them in the chair donating and give them a thumbs up. A lot of them are first-time donors, which is so cool because typically once you donate the first time, you're more likely to keep donating.
We're working on getting the final numbers from today's drive. The school was hoping to beat last year's number of 270 units donated. Isn't that great to see?
Yeah, it is good to see the community coming together to support each other. And then today, hundreds of black students from local high schools were at Butler University for a day of inspiration, empowerment, and education. It's called the Future Black Leaders Summit, and it was created 7 years ago at Fishers High School. It now includes students from 16 predominantly white central Indiana high schools. 350 students are hearing from speakers about life lessons, college preparation, and ways they can improve their lives and the world around them. One organizer says this event shows high school students the opportunities that are available to them.
Just because they are hearing the words DEI actually turn into maybe a negatory term, that doesn't mean that the possibilities aren't open for them to not only seek, in terms of a higher education institution opportunity, but to be able to be in an elite private one like we have at Butler University.
Experience
Students who attended today's summit are members of Black leadership clubs at their local high schools.
It's a great opportunity for all of them to get together in one place and hear about all that.
And it's all about exposure.
Absolutely, at a really important age, too.
All right, we have more to come here at 13 News at 4. Massive looming layoffs. The government agency that could have its workforce cut by 97% starting at midnight.
And attention customers, the reason TJ Maxx may be tariff-proof. Why? We'll let you know about that. Hey, Rob.
Yeah, we're looking at temperatures into the 30s for tomorrow, although some 40s will be in place farther to the south. But the 30s are sticking with us for quite a while. I'll show you the 7-day coming up.